This ancient weapon theory is crazy good. This theory comes from the Reddit user Malik11, and it's quite entertaining. I think that the ancient weapon Uranus is a devil fruit, and more specifically, it's Imu's devil fruit. First, let me make a few good points about ancient weapons. Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus are named after the gods of the underworld, sea, and sky. The first ancient weapon we learned about was the ship Pluton, a battleship that is under the country of Wano. The second ancient weapon we learn about is Poseidon. Poseidon is not an inanimate object like a battleship, but instead it's the mermaid princess who has the ability to summon sea kings. With that info, we can assume two things about the ancient weapon Uranus. One is that the power doesn't necessarily have to be an inanimate object, and that its power has something to do with the sky. And after the recent chapter, 1060, I think that the third and final ancient weapon Uranus is the devil fruit that Imu has eaten. The ancient weapons are said to either rule or destroy the world, and the person who rules the world is Imu. Also, Imu destroyed the island of Leloucha with a giant ball of energy that dropped from the sky. I also have a feeling it has something to do with the Sky Island, either Skypia or Weather Island, which Nami was on during the time skip. This is a good theory, but here's my issue with this. If Imu is the ancient weapon, what else is tied to its release? Now, we know that Pluton is a battleship that must be built, and Shirahoshi is Poseidon, which needs the Sea Kings in order to be of any real use. But what about Uranus? My own personal thought here is that it requires nobility. And who's a little noble who's currently missing from the world right now? Our girl Nefertari Vivi. Let me explain, because this sort of makes sense. In Shirahoshi's case, we can see that she is the princess of the fishmen. And with Pluton, it seems that Momo will have to work with Zunisha to free Pluton from under Wano. And Momo is a noble as well. He's the shogun. Anyone could use the blueprints to build Pluton, but I believe that a noble must operate it. And now, with Uranus, we need yet another noble to operate it from the skies. And that noble is Vivi. Not to say that Imu doesn't fit the description of a noble, but more so probably that Imu wouldn't want to do it. Maybe it requires, an extreme amount of effort or pain or something. I'm not quite sure on that part. But the blast that destroyed Leloucha came from the sky. And as the OP said, the Sky Islands are a very likely place for this to have been sent from. The name Uranus, meaning god of the sky, is very telling as well. The last god in the sky in One Piece was Enel, or at least self-proclaimed god. And look what happened. What did Enel introduce to us? The Sky Islands, which were a key component to One Piece for the rest of the story afterwards. But there's also one final crazy thing I want to bring up about the Sky Islands / Uranus theory. The Sky Islands have attracted many Yonkos, and even the Pirate King. Kaido jumped off one to kill himself. Luffy goes up there to explore. Blackbeard tells Luffy that he believes in the Sky Islands, and Shanks had gone up there with Roger. But back to Kaido, what was he even doing on the Sky Island? Yes, he jumps off because of Dofi's defeat, but surely he was up there beforehand. My guess is that he also made some connection to the sky and tried to search for something. And that something could have been Uranus. I don't think it's too far-fetched. Anyways, let's wrap it up here because I'm not one for super long discussions. But give me your thoughts, I'll be waiting.